Hello everyone and welcome along to episode number 53 for the running of the British Grand Prix, our home Grand Prix here in Season 3 with Team Renault. Let's have a look at the emails. Not many. Ooh, could be rain in qualifying. That could be interesting. We'll have to see how that goes. Why do I look a lot lower than I normally do? Let's try that. That's better. Just had to alter my seating position a tiny little bit, as you do. So let's have a look at the R&D tree, folks, shall we? Still, we have the best engine in the back of this car. Still, we have the best aero package in this car. And we don't have the best chassis. But it's good enough at the moment. So have a look at the progress history. You can see, wow, it looks like Mercedes have brought a big upgrade to the British Grand Prix. Alpha, looks like everyone's bought upgrades bar ourselves, the Williams team, and I would certainly say probably the Red Bull and Ferrari have, Alfa Romeo. It's, actually no, Alfa Romeo brought a little something. It's very, very faint. You can only just about make it out there. And that's, yeah, that's going to be a little bit, yeah, could provide something during the race. So that being said, we've got the old stuff in. Let's have a look at the championship, shall we? And with 231 points, we are 99 points ahead of Charles Leclerc, followed by Carlos Sainz, Roman Grosjean in fourth, then Lewis Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas, Alex Albon, Sebastian Vettel, Lucas Weber, and big time Devon Butler round out the top 10 in points. Followed in the constructors, it's Renault, Haas, McLaren, Williams, Mercedes, Ferrari, Racing Point, Red Bull, Toro Rosso, and Alfa Romeo still yet to score. That means no points for Mr. Kvyat, Mr. Stroll, Mr. Raikkonen, and Mr. Giovinazzi when the list gets down there eventually. So with that being said, folks, we are going to head off and get practiced, and then we're going to get qualified. Hopefully we don't have too bad of a qualifying session, and we will see you on the other side of this commercial for what should be a yeah, we're going to go out there and we're going to try and win our home Grand Prix. It should be an absolute doozy.
We're right back where it all began. The very first World Championship Grand Prix was held here at Silverstone in 1950, with Giuseppe Farina taking the top step of an all-Alfa Romeo podium. He earned 9 championship points that day on his way to the inaugural title. His winning total at the season's end, just 30 points. My, how times have changed. So let's see who can reach the top step of the modern podium today. The 3.6 mile long Silverstone circuit is one of the longest of the season, with 18 corners in the current layout. With average lap speeds reaching around 145 miles per hour, it's also one of the quickest tracks of the year. Watch out for cars taking the right-handers of Abbey and Copse flat out. Anthony Davidson joins me again for the race today. Why don't we start by talking about Valtteri Bottas? Looks like they've got a tough race in store today, as grid penalties from changing power unit components has forced them further down the field.
Everyone has to deal with penalties or reliability issues from time to time throughout their career. You just have to suck up the pain and get on with the job at hand. Today isn't about performing a miracle to put the car back where it should be. It's about effective damage limitation.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Poole lines up on pole position, and talented Spaniard Carlos Sainz completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Grosjean, Vettel, Charles Leclerc and Weber, Albon, Magnussen, Verstappen and Sergio Perez, Butler, Hamilton, Pierre Gasly and Ricciardo, Stroll, Giovinazzi, Daniel Kvyat and Kimi Raikkonen. Bottas, they've taken a grid penalty, and Nico Hülkenberg completes the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Okay, I know it's your home Grand Prix, but treat it like any other race. Don't take unnecessary risks.
So Jeff wants no unnecessary risks. Yeah, that's not going to happen, is it? We did qualify pole. The rain did come down in Q3 and caused absolute havoc. But thankfully we got an absolute blister in just before Charles Leclerc took it from us. So it's going to be a one-stop today onto the softs, onto the mediums. We did qualify on the soft tyre in Q2, so that's the tyre we have to start with. There's the setup, which is, oh my god, it's brilliant. You may see some corners that are flat out today. But we'll see how it happens. That's all we can do. But we're going to go out there and we're going to try and go for 10 in a row, folks. So here we go, folks, to the running of our home Grand Prix, the British Grand Prix. From pole position, and 5 lights are out. It's lights out, and away we go. And we get a pretty decent start, actually. We're almost 4 wide into the first corner. In fact, the Hassers almost got them. We swing very wide through the Abbey chicane, down the inside into village. No, that's farm. This is village. I get these corners mixed up at the British Grand Prix. Don't ask me why I do. I always seem to do that. My home Grand Prix, we can't even get there. There's some action going on at the back there. One of the McLarens is challenging one of the Red Bulls. I'm not even on the right sheet. There we go. That looks a little bit better. I say that looks a little bit better. It may not look a little bit better as we head through the old start-finish line down towards Copse Corner. Flat out through Copse Corner with this fully upgraded weapon that we seem to have. And isn't that nice as we go through Maggots and Beckett's for the first time? The car is on rails right now. I would say it's on rails. If it's not on rails, are we in trouble? But Leclerc is going to chase us down the Hanger Straight. He's got Roman Grosjean for attendance right behind him. And that's that done as we go back through the field. Lewis Hamilton is P9. Well, no, sorry, he's P10, Perez is P9, and Hamilton around the outside of Stowe. That usually works, and there you go, so another example of that working. Now, here's a car we're going to be keeping an eye on all race. It's Valtteri Bottas, who started way down the field. He's already made up 3 positions, and he's going to go up the inside of Antonio Giovinazzi, and that's P17 already. So, lock him into P17, as we're up at the front here, lap number 2, and we're going to go back to Valtteri Bottas. He's now about to overtake Danny Kvyat for P16. Bottas looks like he woke up and had his coffee this morning. He had his little shot of mocha. And he's also in P16. Nothing seems to be able to stop this Finnish juggernaut. As we go to the battle for P4 between Charles Leclerc and Sebastian Vettel. Whoa! Leclerc gets the elbows out, pushes Vettel wide, and that's P4 for the Monegasque driver. And Bottas is still on this mission. He's P15. No, that's how much of a mission he's on. Look at that, up the inside of Maggots and Beckett's. What a move from the Finn. Incredible. As we go down through the field, this is Lewis Hamilton going after Kevin Magnussen for P8. Get in there, Lewis, round the outside. That is how you do it. And he's up another position as well as we go to big time Devon Butler. And he's fighting Max Verstappen here for P11. And that is a job done down the Hanger Straight. Thank you very much. Goodbye and God bless. Look at this right here. Oh, this again. What the hell is Sainz doing? We go to the completely wrong camera angle there. I think Grosjean's up in a P2. Yes, he is. He's past Carlos Sainz. Roman Grosjean, ever the opportunist. That's what you like to see there as we go through Aintree Corner down the Wellington Straight. For the 3rd time, DRS has now been activated and accepted. The good thing is they took away that 3rd DRS zone as we go to big time Devon Butler passing Perez down the Wellington Straight, and that is job done P10. P10? Yes, P10 for the British upstart. But Bottas, he's still on this mission. And that is P14 off the man Gasly. Excellent stuff there. Who is this? Is this Kvyat? Yeah, that's Kvyat and Stroll down the Wellington Straight, and that is pretty much going to be... Oh, that is a great move. Move Danny Kvyat up to P16. As I think Sainz here is not happy that he got passed by Grosjean. He got caught with his pants down. And oh my god, they're free wide in a Cobb's corner. Good lord. And the two Hasses are now side by side. Leclerc and Sainz through Maggots and Beckett. I think one of the Williams is getting involved in there. I think that's Alexander Albon. No, it's not. It's Sebastian Vettel. I do apologise. They're going to keep going down the Wilton Straight. And Grosjean has been really caught with his pants down here. I think Hamilton's trying to pass Lucas Justin Weber in the background. Oh, that doesn't work. He's got to concede to Vettel there. Grosjean's gone down to P5 in the space of a few corners. As we see this move on Lucas Justin Weber from Lewis Hamilton. And it's the textbook move into Stowe corner around the outside. All the momentum in the world, and boom, it's like getting an extra speed boost for crying out loud. Meanwhile, to the ever-increasing situation, Valtteri Bottas is trying to pass Daniel Ricciardo for P13, and he seems to have got the job done. Excellent. Speaking of getting the job done, we're back live, and it looks like Bottas is continuing that juggle. He's passing Verstappen now for P12. Good lord. Bottas really did wake up and have his shreddies this morning. That's what you appreciate. I appreciate that that actually happened. As we go back down the Wellington Straight to see Max Verstappen trying to gain on Bottas, but he's about to be passed by Daniel Ricciardo for P13. Oh, that Ricciardo stuck the nose in, and he wasn't having that. Let's go to the Alfa Romeos, because no doubt they're fighting for something, which is probably last place. Raikkonen is trying to pass Nico Hulkenberg for P19. That ain't going to work either. As you join us on lap number 4 through Maggots and Beckett's, now through Chapel Corner onto the Hangar Straight. Leclerc in second, Sainz in third, Grosjean's back there somewhere. Speaking of Roman, Sebastian, Roman is faster than you. No, that's just not. That wasn't a team order. That was just a simple observation. As Bottas, look at Bottas, man. Oh, he is on it today, folks. He is absolutely on it, and he's passing Perez for P11. Keeps going like this. Bottas will be on the podium. Bottas for driver of the day, anybody? I confidently predict that, and if anyone doesn't like that, that's tough. As Ricciardo finally gets past Verstappen on the Hangar Straight, and that's P13 for the Aussie. The Honey Badger, as we call his Hollywood Lance Stroll, is gone for it side by side with Danny Kvyat on the Maggots and Beckett's complex and through Chapel Corner, but he's kind of... Oh no, he's got DRS, but Kvyat hasn't, and here comes Antonio Giovinazzi side by side with the Italian and the Russian. Oh, he's trying to force him into the grass there. That's not going to work there, son. And he's gone down from P16 to P18 in the space of a couple of corners, as Sebastian Vettel is now defending from Alexander Albon for P5. Lewis Hamilton in close attendance, as Albon's going to... Well, Albon should have this because he's going to go around the outside. And anytime you go around the outside, you're going to get a hell of a momentum boost. And there he goes. I've got a feeling we'll be seeing Hamilton take Vettel any moment. As we go to Antonio Giovinazzi passing Hollywood Lance Stroll. Giovinazzi woke up this morning. He's done something that I haven't, which is wake up. Wake me up before you go. No, seriously, just wake me up. That's what I'd be thinking there. As wow, look at this fruit. These AI are getting aggressive through Maggots and Beckett's this race. That's Verstappen passing Daniel Ricciardo once again. So we go back down the Hangar Straight, and I told you we'd see, oh my god, 3 wide. Hamilton is about to pull everyone's pants down here. No, he doesn't. Alexander Albon ahead of Vettel and Hamilton there. Oh, but Vettel don't want to give it up into Vale. But he's going to have to give it up. Give it up pretty quickly as we go to Kevin Magnussen fighting with big time Devon Butler. And who's behind them, folks? Who's behind them? Valtteri Bottas. And Magnussen's down already to P9, 10, sorry. He's now P11 because Bottas is 10th. Bottas is 10th, folks. Unbelievable as we go to the Aussie being passed by the French driver, the man Gasly. And it looks like Gasly's got Ricciardo out of Stowe corner. That's the traditional move for the AI. As we go to Hollywood Lance Stroll and Danny Kvyat side by side down the Hangar Straight. That is absolutely incredible. The Toro Rossos are getting the horns out. And they're also getting the elbows out as well. One of them's in... who's that? That's Kvyat still up there. Now, we were supposed to come in a few laps in the future. We come in a couple of laps early for some reason. I think we took a leave of absence there, but welcome to the pit lane. The slowest pit lane in the world. And I do mean that because, good lord, it feels like an eternity in this pit lane. And do you know they had to, because as we leave our garage of 18 men holding rubber, do you know they had to actually slow the pit lane speed down so it wasn't an advantage? That's incredible. It's nuts as well. But here we go. We're coming out of the pit lane now. We've got our fresh mediums on, and we're off into the village corner and then into the loop. As wow, the helicopter's picked up a great fight here. This is now the fight for the lead. You got Leclerc in front of Sainz. Sainz going around the outside of Leclerc into Brooklands. And then through side by side through Luffield as well. I think he's got him. He has got him. The Spaniard now into the lead of the race as the helicopter quickly zooms back and picks up another cracking fight here. That is Lewis Hamilton easily sailing past Sebastian Vettel. No, I think that's Alexander Albon for P4. We'll have a check on that. Speaking of easily sailing past down the ones and straight, Valtteri Bottas passing big time Devon Butler into Brooklands, but that doesn't work out. That doesn't work out at all for you there, mate. It works out for you now out of Luffield, doesn't it? What a try hard. He tries so hard, Devon Butler. But all for nothing as the man Gasly passes Verstappen into Brooklands. There you go, side by side. He's on the outside, Verstappen on the inside. And when you see it, Gasly's going to get that speed boost, and it's going to be down the main straight through Woodcote to Copse Corner. As we go to Giovinazzi being passed. Who's that passing him? Is that Kvyat? I think that is, yes, that is Daniel Kvyat, and that's a fight for P15, because we pitted. As we now, well, this is happening while we're in the pits, I do believe. Oh no, that's down Woodcote, sorry. That's out Woodcote. That was, is that Verstappen? I believe that is Verstappen, passing Daniel Ricciardo for P13, and now the man Gasly. Sorry, no, yeah. I'm getting confused here. Somebody's not giving me my stuff this morning. As Giovinazzi's passed by Hollywood Lance Stroll through Copse Corner. And that's move done before you get to Maggotts and Beckingham. Look out behind you, Giovinazzi. Here comes Hulkenberg. Hulk smash as Sainz is about to be smashed by Grosjean, I think. Side by side down the hangar straight into Stowe Corner. Get the move done, Grosjean. There you go, P2. Love your work, son. Love your work. Now get after Leclerc. There might be a nice place for you with Sebastian. Now they're saying it's Sebastian Vettel here. I'm pretty sure it's Alexander Albon. It's not, it is Vettel. I do apologise to Albon. And Vettel's now P4 ahead of Lewis Hamilton. As we go to Lucas Justin Weber. Who's behind Lucas Justin Weber? That's right, Valtteri Bottas. And here comes, he's about to pass Alex Albon up the inside. Oh, bit of contact. Hand goes up there between the German and the Thai Brit driver. And Albon just keeps that position for the moment. As here's Kvyat and Stroll about to start a fight. And it's Kvyat on the outside, Stroll on the inside, and Kvyat will be remaining P15, I do believe. Speaking of remaining, that's not what Giovinazzi will be doing with P18, because here he goes down the outside, Nico Hülkenberg in the Pink Panther, the man who took our ride basically and then threw it all away. Oh, lovely. Dear me. We get an exceeding track limits warning, I want to dispute that, as Giovinazzi is about to pass by Raikkonen down the main straight here, and looks like that's getting... Oh, no, you put... Yeah, there goes Kimmy. See you, Kimmy. Kimmy's on his way to not Wellington, he's on his way to Milton Keynes, I do believe, as Grosjean wants to fight for the lead around the outside of Brooklands on Charles Leclerc. Go on, Roman. But you put yourself on the wrong side for Luffield, and I think Leclerc's going to get the speed boost. Yes, he is. Keep him in the lead for the moment, folks. I say for the moment. I tell you what, it's Lewis Hamilton passing Sebastian Vettel for P4. Look a few cars behind you. You see Bottas there. Bottas has been is absolutely flown this race. I want to see what's in that McLaren, if you don't mind. As Ricciardo tries to go on the outside of the man Gasly for P11. I think it's for P11. No, it's for P12, sorry. And it was actually Verstappen that's in front of him. What's happened with Gasly? I don't know. I know what's happened with Grosjean. He wants the lead back off Leclerc. Go on, Roman. Side by side. Carlos Sainz might get involved here. And there you go. Grosjean into the lead. Sainz and Leclerc side by side through Mackett's and Beckett's. Oh, that was never going to work. And I think Leclerc's kept P2 for now. As Ricciardo is now passing the man Gasly for P12. Yeah, that is the man Gasly. But I don't know why I said it was someone else. It clearly wasn't. But speaking of clearly wasn't, I think Vettel's got some kind of... Because here comes Alexander Albon for P5. And round the outside. So, whoop! And thank you very much. And then Albon dives in the pit lane. The coward. And here goes someone in the pits. It's Charles Leclerc. Now, where do we come out in accordance to Mr. Leclerc? Well, that is an excellent question. And it is a question that we're likely to ask at some point, but we don't know when exactly that point will be. But down the main straight we do come. Oh, that was synchronised pit stop there. He got out in front of one of the Williams there. I do believe that might be... Oh, that's Albon, isn't it? I was a bit lucky on Leclerc's part. Could have been an unsafe release there. Probably should have been as well. Now, where are we? Because we've had a few laps of undercut here. We're somewhere. I don't see us. There we are. Oh, we're ahead of him by a mile! Good lord!
The car behind has boxed for the mediums.
Yeah, I know the car behind's on the medium tyre. Car behind on the mediums. How's that possible? We've absolutely jumped him. We're in P14 now. On lap number 8. 5 laps after this one as we go head down old pit straight through Cops Corner. And you can see up ahead. Now in the box here, this is what we're going to do as we go to... that is P8 Gasly taking on Daniel Ricciardo for P8 in the main screen. In the box, you can see Roman Grosjean has decided that now's the time to pit. So we are on a mission to try and pass Roman here. I hope this is something new I'm bringing in after this race. Hope you actually like this feature as Grosjean's held up there for a little bit in the stop. Held up by one of the McLarens. Don't know which one that was. Probably Bottas. Knowing our luck, we'll see as we go past the pit straight here. There it goes. Wheels past Grosjean. So Grosjean's been passed, which means Sainz, who's not come in yet, he's got to be... oh, look at that. I tell you what, look at the box. We're going to face Leclerc and the Grosjean were nose to side by side, nose to tail. That's good look, almost for Roman Grosjean. He just loses out on the undercut there, but he may not lose out in the grand scheme of things, because this is still a fight for P8. Grosjean to the inside of Brooklands on Charles Leclerc, and Leclerc slams that door right in his face. Says, no thank you, you ain't coming in. If you don't like the fact you're not coming in, then screw you. Meanwhile, we're giving chase to Antonio Giovinazzi, who's not pit yet off these soft tyres. We go to box in the corner there. You can see Leclerc and Grosjean getting very fresh with each other through Maggots and Beckett. So this is probably why, because we're giving chase here to Antonio Giovinazzi. Look at the speed differential of the Alfa Romeo and the Renault as we dive it down the inside of Stowe Corner. And Grosjean's got Leclerc down Stowe Corner. He's actually going into Stowe Corner side by side. Good lord, Grosjean's still in P8 for the moment. It was Hamilton that pitted, almost held things up. Where's Sainz? Sainz is right there. So Carlos Sainz is the big loser. Grosjean's now first. So the only car that's not pitted yet is the Ferrari. In front of us is Daniel Ricciardo. What strategies he trying out then? Well, that's an interesting question. I'd actually like to know that answer, because he's got to go. I don't know. So he'd have to make this unless he's pitted already. But that's unlikely. We'd probably have known about it if he'd have pit already. Yeah, we'll have to find out what he's doing. As we go to Nico Hülkenberg here, fighting with big Daniel Kvyat for P16. That's going to be side by side through Brooklands Corner. And now into Luffield. Hulkenberg's got the preferred line out of that, but he's got him there. Speed boost down the main straight to Woodcote and then down to Copse. And that's P16 for the German. As we look at Daniel Ricciardo. Speaking of looking, it looks like Leclerc wants P2 back off Roman Grosjean. Roman, defend that position with your life, son. We can get a 1-2 at our home Grand Prix here. Yeah, you go, round the outside. Keep that position for the moment. But don't do anything silly, because Lewis Hamilton's right behind you. And speaking of not doing anything silly, it looks like Hamilton's about to defend from... sorry, no, that's Bottas on Alexander Albon. And Bottas is into P7. I tell you what, it's an incredible drive from the Finn. He's going to get driver of the day faux show. As Sebastian Vettel, somehow Vettel's lost out massive in the pit stops. He's passing Lucas Justin Weber for P9. And, well, he did pass him, but then he didn't pass him. As we're on lap 11, go through Luffield, now through... sorry, that was Brooklands. That's his Luffield. Grosjean and Leclerc still second and third. Then Lewis Hamilton. Carlos Sainz, Lewis Hamilton's back there. Bottas is also back there somewhere. As we go to Danny Kvyat fighting with Nico Hülkenberg again for P16. And there goes the Russian screaming past the German into Brooklands. But he's got the preferred line for Luffield. Let's see if the Germans learn from a mistake he hasn't and move Kvyat into P16. With us heading down the Panga Straight here. That's where everyone is in accordance on the track. That is, I think you'll admit, that's a pretty big gap, as Vettel's going to try and pass Lucas Justin Weber again for P9. Sorry, no, P8, I do apologise. That's not going to work, Sebastian. He's got the outside of the corner, which always works around Stowe. As Ricciardo's on the hards. So he went all that way on the softs just to go on the hards for the last few laps. That doesn't make sense there, Daniel. But again, it's Daniel Ricciardo. When did it make sense? He's into P13, passing Max Verstappen as Nico Hülkenberg's about to pass Danny Kvyat. No, he's not. Kvyat's going to keep this place. You watch this. I'll tell you now, Kvyat's going to keep this place. There you go. P16 he will remain as we're through Woodcote, heading down to Copse Corner on lap number 12. Leclerc has the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. We'll see about that, folks. We've set a pretty good first sector through Maggots and Beckett's. We go as we go to Daniel Ricciardo defending against the man Gasly. Sorry, Verstappen. But no, the man Gasly's gone for Verstappen out of nowhere. Great move for P14. Only for P14 though. As we go back to Hulkenberg trying to deal with his Russian problem. Problems with Russia seem to be familiar with Germans. And he's going to be side by side down to Maggots and Beckett, but Kvyat's holding strong, and Hollywood Lance Stroll is not too far away either, as we go to Leclerc trying to pass Roman Grosjean for P2. There you go, he's got the preferred line now. He learned from his mistake the first time. And let him have it, Grosjean. There you go, let him have it. You get DRS down the Wellington Straight if you stay within a second of him. As, wow, it looks like big time Devon Butler's somehow got past Lucas Justin Weber. Where is that Lucas Justin? No, Justin Weber's in front of them. That's Butler and Vettel for P9. So Weber's actually ditching the pair of them. As Ricciardo's got a problem with the man Gasly. The man Gasly screaming down the inside to Stowe Corner. Down the Hanger Straight. He made it work! Fair play! That's the first time I think I've ever seen that work. As we go to... who are we going to here? That is Nico Hulkenberg and Danny Kvyat for P16 still. Still for P16, folks. And I think Stroll was having a look there, but he didn't now. Grosjean, you stayed within the requisite second. Good boy. Now go after him. There you go. That's right. That is perfect line there if you stay side by side. Perfect line, perfect form. P2 for the French driver. Speed boost out of left field. Thank you very much. Goodbye. See you later, Leclerc. We're having a 1-2 here at the British Grand Prix. Kiss my ass as we go to big time Devon Butler trying to pass Sebastian Vettel for P9. What has happened to Vettel in the last few laps? I don't know, but I think there was a bit of contact there between, I think I see why, because Vettel's on the hard tyre. Vettel's on the wrong tyre, and big time Devon Butler around the outside. Thank you, says the youngster. As we go to the man Gasly and Daniel Ricciardo. That is for P13, and the man Gasly's going to stay right there, I do believe. But right about now, folks, right about now, it's for the glory of the British Grand Prix. It's 10 in a row as well. Can you believe it? We win the home Grand Prix. Get in there. Oh, well done, folks. Well done. 10 in a row.
Brilliant stuff from Renault today. What a superb victory. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, Crofty, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
Once again, it's podium time, and once again, it's a clear win for Renault. Renault have seen their fair share of success in Formula One, and today is proof that they've still got what it takes to thrill us all. Congratulations to everyone on the team.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
Yeah, there's the podium, folks. Grosjean did finish second, but the action didn't stop there, because after the flag fell, the charge of Valtteri Bottas continues. He takes P5 here, as you can see from Carlos Sainz, around the outside of Stowe Corner. Great job there, and Sebastian Vettel wasn't done with big time Devon Butler. They continued this fight, as you see through Maggots and Beckett. We're on board with Devon Butler down into the main straight. There's Vettel, he's got him. And now watch Kevin Magnussen, ever the opportunist. And he shunts big time Devon Butler out of the points. And then almost, well, there he does, I believe, get Vettel. Or does he?
Let's have a look then at the drivers' standings. Poole increases their championship lead. Some amazing talent out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
That's got to be the Flying Finn. Wait, how many Flying Fins have we had now? Anyway, I'm talking about Bottas this time. Just great raw speed, and a good job in traffic as well.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Renault's lead continues to grow at the head of the table. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
I'll tell you what's next, my man. Good lord, that was a hell of a race. A hell of a race. What are you going to argue with that kind of race and that kind of action here? We win the British Grand Prix, head of Roman, so it's a Renault 1-2. And you love to see stuff like that. Charles Leclerc, fast lap in third place. Lewis Hamilton fourth. Valtteri Bottas deserves driver of the day. P5 from P19 on the grid. You love to see stuff like that from the Finn. Oh, excuse me. And again, Carlos Sainz, Alex Albon, Lucas Weber. Now this is what I don't get. Kevin Magnussen, Devon Butler, then Sebastian Vettel's not in the points. We all saw Vettel and Magnussen in front of Devon Butler there. Down to the field, Raikkonen finished last. He actually caught back up to Giovinazzi after his spin. There's going to be words after that. And speaking of there's going to be words, let's go and see you-know-who, shall we? She's going to have some words for us of her own, I think. Again, Claire? 10 races in a row and you don't want to say a word. Okay then, okay. Whatever. But we've won our 2 rivalries. That's all we need to worry about there. We can go and pick somebody else. I love when we pick somebody else, folks. It does show that we're winning. We may have to increase the difficulty because we are on 100 and we have been since basically the start of this career. So we may have to go into the legendary status, as they say. But we'll see. We're not going to promise anything there.
Just wanted to say congrats on the podium.
Oh, it's
Style
Jeff.
you deserved. We were sweating those last few laps on the pit wall, but you brought it home.
Of course I brought it home. What did you expect me to do? What did you expect me to do, man? I mean, I brought it home and I brought home the victory. It was almost as if you didn't have any confidence in me to bring home the victory. Dear me, man. Right. There's the debrief, thank you. Right then. So, what can we buy? Oh, that's right, we can't buy anything. We haven't got a fully upgraded car, haven't we? What we will do, though, is we will now, that MG UK is worrying me. I think it'll make Germany, that's no problem. The question is, will it make anything past... Well, no, I only need it for Germany. I don't need it for anything else. But we will put the older stuff on so that we keep this engine fresh, basically. That's there's a tip for anyone who gets the game. If you haven't, if you get the fully durable stuff, use the older stuff for practices. There you go. So you can see the championship. We are 106 points now ahead of Charles Leclerc. It's time to start thinking when we might win the race. I think the earliest we can win the championship is possibly Singapore if it all goes our way. But look at that, folks. We didn't even achieve that in Season 2 with our Mega Force India. We only managed that third place at Paul Ricard. But we're looking at astronomical and biblical stuff. But guys, let's get this video up to 10 likes, as we always ask. We can do it all together. And you can subscribe for more daily F1 2019, NASCAR Heat 4, Snooker 19, the mystery game which starts Sunday. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but you're going to be surprised when you see it. We got other live streams available throughout the week. We're live streaming 3 times a day, 7 days a week almost. Guys, there's plenty of content for everyone. So if you haven't done so, subscribe, like, hit the comment button. We will see you for the next Grand Prix, which will be the German Grand Prix. But until then, take care everyone. Thank you all for watching. Bye bye.